I've had a number of motorcycles over the course of my life. Lately, I've owned Harley Davidsons. My wife and I really like the Softails, but today I wanted to tell the story about motorbikes I had when I was a kid. I still remember the first motorbike I ever got. I heard somebody had one through Daddy. He was talking to Mom about somebody having a motorbike, and he asked her, reckon if he ought to buy it for me. And once he let that slip, I worried him to death, and her too about letting me get it. Next thing I know, the next day or two, he showed up in his pickup truck with it in the back of it. It was a Allstate motorcycle, and I owned several of the Allstates back then, compacts, but this one was one that had pedals on it. You could pedal it to get it started, or I guess if you run out of fuel or had a mechanical issue, you could pedal it. I don't know what all you could do with it as far as the pedaling. All I cared about was riding. I learned how to ride that motorbike. Only problem about having motorbikes back then was my sister was a tomboy. Everything I got, she felt like she had to take her turn on riding, so I had to share it with her, but that was pretty much par for the course for anybody that got anything like that in the neighborhood. I remember Pumpkin Harris got a little old Bridgestone mini bike, and we used to line up to take our turn riding it when he owned it. But I, like I said, had several of the Allstates, and had a Sears 106 motorbike. A lot of people may have forgotten or never knew that Sears had a motorbike too they came out with. I remember the Sears 106. I had one of those. And my most unusual bike, though, motorbike, I got from my cousin. My dad and I went down to see my cousin, and he was talking with my cousin's father, and he told him about a Cushman Huskie that he had out in the barn, and reckon he wanted to buy it for me, and he bought it for me. It was purple, and it had two gears, low and high. Had a gear shift ball up by the gas tank. You pull down for low, and center of the ball was neutral, and all the way up was high, and the clutch was down on the left hand side floor peg, and well, it really didn't have a peg. It had little flats there for your feet, and the clutch was down there. It was an unusual motorbike. It turned a lot of heads. I enjoyed riding it. Wish I still had it. See them on eBay today now going for thousands of dollars. People own them and restore them and collect them. Cushman Huskie. I imagine that one was from the late 50s, but it was real nice when I got it. I kept it a while. To this day, I don't know what happened to it or where it went to, but we were always swapping stuff and buying one thing or another, and ain't no telling what I did with it. But had a lot of fun riding the motorbikes when I was young, and still enjoy riding motorcycles. Thought I'd share the story with you about the Sears 106 and the Cushman Huskie. Thanks for listening, and y'all take care.